15 minutes. Alright, not a long listen, but I do love me some Earl. Earl Sweatshirt's been a real interesting dude to listen to, ever since his beginnings in Odd Future to his first album Doris and beyond. Anyways, let's get it. This beat kinda reminds me of a cross between some old Wu-Tang and something MF Doom would cook up as Metal Fingers. That's pretty cool. Earl also kinda sounds like Capadonna did on Buck 50 from Ghostface's album Supreme Clientele, riding the beat with this slippery, off-time but precise flow that comes so close to losing the beat, but in the end he finds it and kills it. To further the Wu-Tang connection and shit, he also references Protect Your Neck from the Wu. Pretty cool song to open up with. This beat is something else. This whole fucking track reminds me of the bassed one himself, Lil B. The beat sounds like a repetitive, I don't know man, it's got a 2-note accordion feature with a loud ass 2-note flute sample. This shit sounds like something you'd hear from SpongeBob, man. I can kinda see what Earl was trying to do, make this experimental, almost underground sounding hip-hop track, but honestly this shit's beat is trash. It's kinda louder than his rapping and his vocals sometimes gets drowned out in the beat. But if you sit and read the lyrics, and if you can hear them over the screeching of the flute and accordion, you'll hear him speak about him living at the bottom of a bottle after losing so much in the span of a couple of years. His relationship with his girl, his grandmother's passing from way back in his Doors days, to his father's recent passing in 2018. Shit's raw, but that damn beat, man, it's such a weird juxtaposition, and not in a good way. And the music video is like an early YouTube video with all these random ass videos inserted into the main video of Earl lip syncing along to the song. Him drinking outside near a coast or park and in the back of his house or somewhere. I don't know. Seriously listen to this and hear for yourself how eerie but totally out there this shit sounds. The beat's sick with this one. Soulful and chopped to perfection, while Earl kicks more raw shit about his transformation into the person he is now and reflecting on his past years. From being more outgoing and extroverted as a teenager to becoming more withdrawn and isolated. The beat, like I said, has a very soulful sample that makes this whole song that much more. And it being chopped to perfection ain't a lie, cause this track was produced by The Alchemist. Sick beat, awesome lyrics, and the mood of this track is very soulful amidst the serious subject matter of reflection. Sick shit. With another sick, soulful style beat produced by Earl himself, Earl sings about his family troubles after his father died. Him fighting against his demons and anxiety and depression after his father's passing, being dependent on alcohol and its hold on his mental state and well-being. This feels like a companion piece to Matum, where that track was focusing on his earlier years in Odd Future and how he grew up into the man he is today. This track follows him through his still aching heart of his father's passing, his dependence on the bottle, and how he pushes through it despite his demons. Great song, another one of my favorites on here. Guest rapper Mavi goes off in this track. He doesn't just ride the beat, he flows and flips and dips around that shit while rapping about making the sacrifices he had to make to get to where he is right now, trying to leave or forget grudges, but having those thoughts of revenge almost immediately, finishing whatever it is by any means, and losing just about as much as winning in his life. Pushing through this shit by any means. Earl comes in at the last verse rapping about him finding his own way through the shit he dealt with as a teen, coming up and blowing up with Odd Future and not really knowing how to handle or deal with the situation. Imagine you're 14, 15 years old and all of a sudden the dudes you would freestyle with, produce music with, and just have fun with suddenly went from playing shows in your room or local spots to having these big ass events and arenas filled with people who love your shit and nobody but yourself to try and figure out how to navigate through it all. Another sick ass track. A two-parter in one. Tisk Tisk is about him finding out someone he knows snitched about something, repeating tisk tisk in the lyrics. Damn, you fucked up, and Earl is fucking disappointed as hell. Halfway in the song, Cookies kicks in and immediately picks up where the short tisk tisk part ended. He sees the snitch again and calls him a mark-ass bitch, remembering how he always felt left out whenever his friend or whoever he's talking about would make some money or get some recognition while he was just in the background wanting to get some as well. But then he also starts reminiscing about the good times they used to have, dumbass stuff they would do together, the memories where they bonded and got close, but how he fucked it all up in the end after he snitched. Trying to get back into Earl's good graces, but it's too damn late. Snitch. The beat for Tisk Tisk is a random collage of sounds held down by a random horn and violin sample that brings it together. While Cookie's beat is kinda jazzy with this nice piano playing in the back of these rapid fire quick electronic keys punctuating the jazzy piano riff. Shit's a trip to listen to for sure. The last track on here is also the longest at 4 minutes. Damn, this EP just blew by fast. Anyways, the song kicks off with Mac Homie saying to send him an invoice for shit, and okay. The intro, which is that invoice shit by Mac Homie, is a whole minute and 33 seconds before he starts to go into his verse, which sounds nice against this off-kilter, backmasked bass and guitar instrumental. Homie rapping about getting shit done and ending lives with a Mac 11 and a Smith & Wesson, which then leads to Earl rapping about the same thing on the second verse, rapping about killing dudes with no regards and getting out like a shadow when the job's done with Homie. It's an okay track, but that whole minute of nothing was kinda bad. It would have been a better song, I think, had it not had that whole minute of repetitious give me the invoice for all that shit opening, but again, it's an okay song. So what do I think of Feet of Clay? It's a pretty nice sounding experimental EP that sounds just like what Earl wanted to do. Be more creative, make his music the way he wants to do it without pressure or input from his old record label Columbia Records, and have people he wanted to work with on the project like Mavi, The Alchemist, and Mac Homie. Not a lot of guests on here, but that's not a bad thing, and I'm pretty sure he wanted it that way as well. If you enjoy alternative, trippy, experimental rap with lyrics drenched in off-kilter but soulful beats, this one is definitely for you. But if you're looking for the old Earl on this, you're better off sticking to Doris or I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside. I give this album a 6 out of 10. Some soulful instrumentals and thoughtful lyrics all throughout this EP. Pretty nice features, especially Mavi's off of El Toro Combo Meal, and Earl getting to make his ideas and instrumentals the way he wants to is always a big plus. That being said, I can't shake that East song out of my head. That fucking beat is both eerie, weird, and just fucking loud as hell. His lyrics on it are good, but that beat just drowns him out sometimes, to the point of it making it sound like he's mumbling. I don't know, man, it ain't for me, but I'm pretty sure there's some people out there that were jamming the shit out of East. So, yeah, there's that. But anyways, thanks for watching, stay safe, and as always, peace.